Hi, this is James. Welcome to Wine Store TV. Today we're at the Ocean House Resort. This is a 5-star full-service resort. We're going to have some fun talking to the head sommelier, John, who's going to talk about some of the things he does here in the busy months and even on the off months. So let's go say hi to John. Hey, how's it going, man?
How are you? Good to see you. Welcome.
See you. It's a 5-star Relais and Chateau designation. So I know you stay busy throughout the year, but as you also have your busy months, your off months off. You're being right here in the Waspaumaket and then Watch Hill, Rhode Island. I'm sure you get a lot of the beach traffic and things like that. So just in general, just give us a quick what's a day in the life of being the head sommelier here at this resort?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have a pretty exciting job here. It's always more than what everybody thinks it is. Basically, my day starts off very exciting by returning emails and connecting with guests and working with a lot of the departments that we have at the hotel. It takes a village to run this operation. And then generally towards the afternoon, I'll meet with vendors and we'll taste wine. And we always work really hard to put together a really focused list that represents our food here. Our chefs and we have a food forager who work really hard to work with local farms and livestock producers to bring us the freshest local ingredients. So really to bring wines that reflect our cuisine as well as our customers' tastes. So I'll taste with our vendors, and that's always when I get people walking by saying, "I want your job."
Right.
And I said, "Well, you want this 10 minutes of my job because the rest of my day is pretty much running around, organizing. We have tons of events that we do here on the beach, on the croquet lawn. We have in-house banquets that always have moving pieces, so it's working with all the different departments and working with our executive staff to get pricings, and we do events that we work 6 months out. So there's always something going on, and it's sitting in front of the computer and talking to the chef and back and forth. So those 10 minutes of my day where I'm tasting is probably the best part.
Right.
And then once 5 o'clock comes around, we start gearing up for our dinner service.
Right.
And that's when the pressure's really on. As you mentioned, we're 5-star Relais and Chateau. Our guests hold us to the highest standards, and we hold ourselves to a higher standard to meet that. And when our guests sit down, it's sort of we're on stage. And that's the time when the hard part of my job comes in to really talk to the guests and make sure that they have just a great experience and really help them navigate our wine list.
That's awesome.
We have roughly just over 500 selections of wine that range from all over the world, and our guests that come here, they expect that, but it's also, sometimes it seems to be the hardest part of the hardest decision they make all day long. My job is to make it easy for them.
Yeah, it's just to extend that, you have the perfectly cooked, like from the food forager, from farm to table. And you get I imagine you get some pretty amazing dishes coming out of the kitchen, and to have the ability to correctly pair those amazing dishes is a talent within itself, and it takes a lot of years to really hone that in. And you got to have a really good working relationship with the chef, I'm sure. So
absolutely.
So tell me, how did you get interested in wine?
I started off I went to culinary school, into the Culinary Institute of America, and I had a wine course there. And I was young. I was 17, 18 years old. I really wanted to understand it, but I just couldn't wrap my arms around it. And I didn't do great in my class, but I think because of that, it's hard. I mean, you're not allowed to drink, and I didn't come from a family that was big wine drinkers or drinkers in general. So anything that I learned was in class, which, it's tough when it's an hour here, an hour there at culinary school, and your focus is somewhere else. So once I left there, I worked in Manhattan, then I moved and I worked in Boston. And my manager there was a French gentleman who really loved wine, and I decided that I wanted to take over the wine cellar as far as just let me get down there and organize it and clean it, and I'll do inventory, which was the cellar rat job. And one night he sat down with me, and he sort of at that point accepted me as somebody that he could teach wine to. And he said, "No apprentice." And he said, "Well, let's have a glass of wine." I said, "Well, I want what you're drinking because it's on our list, but it's not on our by the glass program. Right. And I see you drinking it all the time. So what is that?" And so he poured it for me, and I smelled it and I tasted it, and I was just blown away. I'd never tasted anything like it, and I I think it was that aha moment. I went, oh my God, that is fantastic. That
Oh, yeah.
wine can taste like that. And I mean, I remember the wine. It was the Guy Gall Cross Hermitage. Don't ask me the vintage because it's so long ago that.
That's a great wine.
Yeah, it's a great wine.
I love Igagala as it is.
And all his wines are fantastic.
Right.
And through my career, I've tasted some of his more rare wines that he makes and some of his older vintages. And but it still always brings me back to that moment where you're just
Right.
like, I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of my life, but I'm doing that. I'm going to focus my
That's
life
awesome.
around wine.
Yeah. So I can tell. I mean, just by talking to you, I can tell you have a real passion for this, which is almost required to have this job. I would imagine.
Absolutely.
That's really neat. So I know you mentioned events earlier. What kind of events do you have coming up, and anything you want to tell us about that's in the pipeline?
Absolutely. Well, we do a lot of food and wine events.
Mhm.
Wine events specifically, every third weekend of the month, we do what we call our Vine to Wine,
Yeah, the wine. Yeah.
which is a lot of fun. And I know you've been to.
Yeah, they're really
to,
good.
to one.
Yeah.
And basically, what we do is it starts on Friday evening, where it's from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. It's just an hour, just a casual meet and greet, where I'll pair two wines, a white and a red, that have nothing to do with the actual topic of the weekend, and just something offbeat, just to have fun.
Yeah.
And then on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we really dig in on the topic of the month. And so every month is a little different. This coming month, this coming weekend, actually, the 18th and 19th, we're doing a Scotch seminar.
Oh wow.
So choosing different Scotches
Wow.
throughout. So one from the Lowland, Highland, Speyside, so forth.
And just to interject, a lot of times people think that sommelier is just wine, but we really do. We wrote the whole beverage program.
We do
right?
the whole thing.
Right, and that includes scotches, obviously, and which can be just as dynamic and just as diverse as wine. So
Absolutely. We have a huge Scotch selection here.
Yeah.
And doing the Scotch class was actually in response to all of the guests that we've had coming to our 2012 sessions, saying, "Hey, you got to do a Scotch selection. You got to all these Scotches, and we have no idea about these. So you got to teach us." So this was in response to it. But every month we do something different. We'll do a Riesling class. We'll do a class about Chardonnays from all around the world, Cabernets from all around the world.
and all this is advertised on the website, I guess.
It's on the website.
Yeah.
We have it's oceanhouseri.com.
Right.
And then there's another one that we do. It's oceanhouseri.com /RI/tides.
Oh, Tides.
TIDES.com. And
Yeah.
in there I do monthly articles, and there's monthly cocktail recipes.
Oh, cool.
And also our food forager does recipes,
Yeah.
and she writes articles as well as our chefs.
Plus, you guys are on Facebook. They've got
On
a big
Facebook.
presence there, which is. All right, just one more question, and we'll just move on. This is a trick question, and everybody, if you're in this business, you hate getting this question. At least I do. Just maybe I should just say, for right now, what would be your favorite wine right now?
And yeah, it is a tough question.
I can't stand when people ask me that question.
So there's a wine that actually that's on our list right now that, and it's not a very expensive wine. I believe it's $45 a bottle on our list, and it's the Madou Madaux, and it's his Montus from Savoie. And
Nice.
it's something just crazy outside the box, and I know it's weird, and it's that esoteric answer that every sommelier gives.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting, and it's light, and it goes great with our food. It's great for the season.
Oh, that's right. I don't
And,
know a lot of stuff from Savoy.
You don't see too much, but that would probably be my esoteric answer.
Yeah.
My
What is a workhorse wine?
the wine that I tend to reach for the most, if I'm, especially here at the hotel, that somebody says, okay, we just want something that's drinking great right now. There's a few. There's so many, but
See, it's a tough question.
It's a tough question. there's probably it's Prager, the Weingut Prager Gruner Veltliner.
Oh,
And it's something that it seems esoteric, but it's actually Gruner Veltliners are coming to the forefront.
They're losing a little bit more of the. Oh, what is that? What is that? People are starting to know them now.
To know them now, and
So,
I would say the other one
I love
is
Bruners. They're fabulous.
they're really great, and the other one is I'm an Italian. Just I can't help it. I worked for 6 years in Italian restaurants, and I just can't help it. But Damiano makes a Barbera d'Asti.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just great. And we serve it by the glass, and it's just a great wine.
Cool.
And it's sort of that right down the middle, perfect wine if you're having beef, if you're having a heavier fish dish. It just works really well,
That's
and
awesome.
we like that wine a lot here. So
That's cool. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you, man.
as well, thank you for coming
Yeah,
by.
that
We
was really
appreciate
cool.
it.
Stop by some of these events. I mean, there's a lot going on here throughout the year. And come check us out at the store, obviously, and check our website out as well. We're at thewinestoreri.com, and check us out on Facebook too. Give us a like, we appreciate it. It's been real fun hanging out here with John at the Ocean House. Cheers.